Good evening, everyone. I'm Mike Mickle. Welcome to INN News. From the land down under to the bluegrass state, police capture a man accused of strapping what was believed to be a bomb to an Australian teen in Louisville, Kentucky. 50-year-old Paul Douglas Peters is an international businessman. He's accused of attacking 18-year-old Madeline Pulver, the daughter of another businessman, earlier this month and attaching a device to her neck as part of an extortion plot. She believed it was an explosive. It turned out to be fake. Peters ended up in Kentucky at his ex-wife's home, where police finally nabbed him. The girl's father is relieved he was caught.
On behalf of Maddie and the entire family, we are enormously relieved that an arrest has been made in the United States overnight. These past 2 weeks have been a very difficult time for us, and we are hopeful that this development marks the beginning of the end of this traumatic ordeal for our family.
Police say they noticed many links between the two businessmen and finally put 2 and 2 together. Well, Your Vote 2012 is really heating up, with President Obama and a Tea Party organizer butting heads during a rally in Iowa. The exchange happened in Decorah on day one of the president's 3-day campaign bus tour. Iowa Tea Party leader Ryan Rhodes shouted a question at the president during his speech at a town hall event. Rhodes asked about a reported comment by Vice President Biden during a closed-door meeting with House Democrats during the debt ceiling showdown.
You're talking about civility. How is your vice president calling us terrorists?
Sir, look.
I would like to understand that.
Okay, I will explain it right now. What he did not call you guys.
He said we were acting like terrorists, hostage takers.
What he said was that for us to be willing to take the economy to the brink was irresponsible, and it was. Now, the truth of the matter is, considering what's said about me consistently.
President Obama's tour moved into Illinois today. It wraps up tomorrow. New presidential candidate Texas Governor Rick Perry is building momentum in Iowa. During a rally at the State Fair in Des Moines, he touted his track record of job creation in Texas and says the private sector needs to be free from overtaxation and over-regulation.
That big black cloud that hangs over America, that debt that is so monstrous, there's only one way you get rid of it that's practical, that makes sense, and that is to free up America, free up American entrepreneurs, give them the incentives to go out and spend the dollars that they have and hire the people. Thank you, honey. You just made my day.
Perry is going head-to-head with Minnesota Congresswoman Michelle Bachmann to try to win over Iowa. Time for global news now. There's intense fighting in Libya as rebels fight for a strategic town on the road to Tripoli. They're saying they've gained control of the town, which is an oil port. West of there, rebel forces say they broke into a government-controlled jail over the weekend and freed dozens of political prisoners. A campaign to raise funds for starving Kenyans has galvanized the nation. Families and children are battling a devastating drought in the nation's northern region. An effort dubbed Kenyans for Kenya has raised $7.6 million so far. Hundreds of thousands of Kenyans have given to that fund. A Japanese student is presumed dead after a fall from Niagara Falls. Witnesses say the 19-year-old was posing for a picture when she slipped. Witnesses say the student had climbed up for the picture and was trying to get down when she fell into the fast-moving Niagara River and was swept over the falls. Officials searched the river and gorge but came up with nothing. The search is now considered a recovery effort. The park says it has warning signs everywhere, but often people ignore them. A winter storm has parts of New Zealand covered in snow. For the second day in a row, Christchurch woke to a sea of white. The wet weather is blamed for cutting power to hundreds of homes, forcing schools to close, and disrupting mail delivery. The winter weather also caused delays at the airport. And that's your global news now. Friends and family are mourning the death of a 16-year-old Florida girl who died from a rare infection over the weekend. Authorities say Courtney Nash died from a rare amoeba infection she came in contact with while swimming in a river. Kevin Oliver has our report.
You're my angel. You're one of a kind.
PJ Nash Ryder tried to fight back the tears. Her 16-year-old daughter, Courtney Nash, died over the weekend from a rare amoeba infection. Health experts believe Courtney Nash was infected while swimming with her brother and friends in a branch of the St. Johns River. She started getting headaches and by Wednesday was taken to Arnold Palmer Medical Center.
I had a meltdown. I fell to the floor.
Now she's hoping her daughter's death raises awareness about amoebas and the dangers of swimming in warm fresh water, not just in ponds and lakes, but rivers too.
If we can save other people's lives and they don't have to go through what I went through, I think this would just be a blessing in disguise.
Her daughter is helping save lives in other ways. At age 14, Nash asked her mom's permission to become an organ donor. Her lungs, kidneys, and other organs were transplanted overnight.
It's like was her calling. This was what she wanted to do. It's hard.
Nash's mother works for the county clerk of courts and lost her county medical insurance 4 months ago when the clerk privatized and outsourced her position. Her coworkers, though, have come to her aid and with just one hot dog and bake sale, raised nearly $6,000.
The amoeba that killed Courtney is called the brain-eating amoeba. It gets into the nervous system through the nose and quickly attacks the nervous system. It usually results in death within days. More than a dozen people got sick from a chlorine leak at a water park in Sacramento. They were hospitalized with issues including trouble breathing and eye and throat irritation. The leak was confined to a children's wave pool. Fire officials say it appears a mechanical problem caused that leak. Environmental officers will conduct a full investigation. Missouri's governor is rallying teachers in Joplin, Missouri before school starts. Tomorrow is the first day back. Governor Jay Nixon says many volunteers went above and beyond to help prepare Joplin School for its students. The school district is working to rebuild following a tornado that leveled parts of that area in May. Well, a scary attack near the University of Nevada, Reno campus is foiled by Good Samaritans. Police say a would-be attacker threatened a woman with a screwdriver over the weekend. She was able to avoid more harm by screaming for help. Witnesses caught him and held him down until police arrived. Shannon Moore from our affiliate KRXI has more on how students everywhere can protect themselves.
The easiest, simplest way to protect yourself is kind of make safety your #1 priority when you're out and about.
The first lesson students and faculty need to learn is how to avoid becoming a victim.
They've got too much on their mind. They're not paying attention to what's going on around them. They're looking at their phones, they're texting, they're looking at a book.
Keep your head up, walk with confidence, and be aware of your surroundings. TIPS Commander Todd Renwick says could save your life. And this blue light system is also a potential lifesaver. Once pushed, university police are called to the scene immediately.
We have over 100 of those around campus, not just the towers that you see on campus. The parking structures have them, the Knowledge Center has them inside.
For a safe ride home, there's Campus Escorts, which runs 7 days a week from 7 p.m. to 1 a.m.
I just tell people you're foolish if you don't use this service because it works. It's a safe ride home if you don't have a ride, and it's thinking ahead.
And even with budget cuts, Renwick says they typically have 2 to 5 officers patrolling the campus at any given time. Theft is the most common form of crime on the university campus. Renwick says students and faculty need to do a better job of safeguarding their belongings.
They can't leave them unattended, not even for 20 seconds, 30 seconds, a minute. They can't set it down, go use a restroom. That stuff will disappear.
Shannon Moore reporting for INN News.
It has been 34 years since the King died. Overnight, hundreds gathered near Graceland in Memphis to commemorate the death of Elvis Presley. A midnight vigil was also held at the singer's gravesite. Well, in these tough times, no one is safe, not even your dog. Next, we have more in a rise of dog nappings and which breeds thieves are really going after. Plus, playing nice apparently doesn't pay. Why being mean may mean more money. Coming up on INN.